Be done about the shortages and which businesses are seeing the biggest impact right now. Jason Greer is with us tonight to help us get our heads around it. Founder of Greer Consulting, a labor management consulting firm. Jason, where is immigrant labor needed the most at this moment? Which sector?
Construction, hospitality, and agriculture, they are being hit incredibly hard. I mean, we could say the restaurant industry will grow by 14% over the next 10 years, but unfortunately, U.S.-born workforce will only grow about maybe 10%. We need immigrants because they are the lifeblood of our economy. It's just the bottom line.
Okay. We also have this rapidly aging population. Anyone whose parents are aging or someone who's getting into that category themselves, they know this, that people want to be at home. They need people there to help them many times, you know, with healthcare needs, things around the house. Many immigrant women are able and ready to do those really tough jobs. And kind of in the same vein that you were just saying, many Americans are not willing to do those. Our policymakers, many of whom, I just have to note, are elderly themselves. Are they aware of this?
Yes. Of course they're aware of it. Not only are they aware of it, they're dependent upon it. But, you know, it's interesting because the whole immigration issue, and I silently laugh when I hear it come up because it's like this political football. You know, everybody wants to pass the buck. Everybody wants to say, you know, immigrants bad or immigrants good. When the reality is that we have an economy that literally is driven by immigrant labor because they are doing the work that many Americans won't do, that Americans did back in maybe in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, but refuse to do today. I think it really comes down to the fact that we have an aging workforce. We have employees U.S.-born employees who did not come back to the workforce after COVID. And we have these industries that are so dependent upon immigrants, but unfortunately, they're not making it, policymakers are not making it easy enough for them to come. Why don't we speed up the visa process? Why don't we get folks in? And I'm not just talking low-skilled employees, immigrant employees. I'm also talking about your high-skilled employees, your college-educated folks who are really the backbone of the farming industry. These are people who are technically, you know, have great technical expertise. They drive innovation, and they're people that we need.
And many times, American college graduates, and then they have a hard time staying in the country after they've graduated from a university here. So I guess that brings me to incentive. If a business needs to bring in labor right now, where do the incentives lie? Is it the temporary workers, if you can get them a visa, if you can do the sponsorship, or is it just to hire someone you suspect might be here illegally, but you don't press it because you need somebody?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it almost becomes a wink and a smile, right? And I say that wink and a smile because if you're businesses that are really struggling to get people in, but high-skilled people in, you sort of do that wink and a smile where you're like, you know, I know that you're here illegally, but we need your help. If you go to restaurants, I don't care what part of the nation you're in. If you go to restaurants, if you go to hotels, one of the things that you're going to notice is that the service is slow. Part of the reason why the service is slow is because we don't have this immigrant help that we normally would, that was there pre-COVID. I think that what ultimately companies have to do, and I hear this from small companies, mid-sized companies, all the way to large companies, is they go out of their way to hire these folks, and they just pray that they don't get caught, because the reality is it's the customers who complain about the lack of service. So what position do we put the businesses in? We put the businesses in the position of they have to go ahead and hire people who might be illegal, but they have to serve the business.
Is there any big fix coming? We all know there's a problem there, but is there a fix coming?
Yes. I'm going to tell you what the fix is, and I'm saying this directly to the politicians. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're independent. I don't care if you're a Republican. The fix is you. You know good and well that we need immigrant labor here. You have folks who come here, they work hard, and it drives me crazy when I hear people talk about the quote-unquote stereotypical lazy immigrant, because if there's such a thing as a lazy immigrant, I've never met them. These are folks who will work 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet in order to make sure that their kids go to college. And I'm not just saying some Rudy-Poo college. I'm saying MIT, Harvard. They are people who believe in the American dream, and they want the American dream to thrive and to prosper through their hard work. So the fix is, politicians, stop playing around with this, because you know we need immigrants more than ever. Let them have an easier path toward citizenship. Let them have an easier path toward working here.
Jason Greer of Greer Consulting. I think you said it all. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.